Game 3 of King of the Desert Round 1, best of 5, between Lix and Max. In the blue, we have the Max playing as the Berbers, and Lix is in the red playing as the Aztecs. In Game 1, we saw Lix use his Meso-Civilization strength with the Eagle Warriors and Arbalest and win the game, and Max is up against that again in the form of Aztecs. I will start with Max's base. It is tied 1-1 right now, and then I'll have Dave go into Lix's base. This is kind of an awkward base for Max for a couple reasons. First of all, starting with the main gold, it is on the hill on the front. Second of all, he could wall this, but he'd have to wall very forward between all these wood lines. And he has a back wood line, but the other woods are mainly going to be forward. His main stone is to the right-hand side where his scout is now, and he has his other 2 golds there and a neutral gold. So similar to last game where Lix had 3 golds in one spot. And then he has the stone in the back. I just don't like how difficult it's going to be for Max to protect these resources with buildings and walls. I think it'll take a lot more than just a few palisade walls and houses. So what do you think about Lix's map, Dave?
I mean, Lix's map is fine as long as he doesn't get pressured super early. Just look at if you look at the northwest or northeast side of his base, there's his main gold, secondary gold, and a secondary stone, in addition to one of his key wood lines, and they're all in that area. So if Max gets in there and starts controlling that area, Lix has no option for gold. He has to go to the forward one, which is near that area over there with the main, and his other wood lines are forward as well. So I mean, if he can make it through the first bit of the game into maybe Castle Age and put some TCs down, it's a fine map, but it's got some weaknesses over on that right side.
Yeah, I agree with you. It could easily be very good or very bad for Lix, depending on what he wants to do and depending on what Max sees and does. As scouting was a talking point last time. Max lost his scout after the lane. It seems so long ago now, but he lost his scout after the lane, and he didn't know what his opponent's map was like, and maybe he would have pressed home his advantage a little bit earlier, a little bit easier had he seen it. I think because of the civs and because of the styles, I think that this is a really good Max for Lix. Really good map for Lix. He could wall the left side where his boar is now. Now, Max could steal that, too. But if he walls that, and then walls where he is currently with the houses, and then walls above, it's really just going to be 3 walls to protect all of his resources. And
Max sees the villager.
Oh, are we going to see a lame situation? Is the Vil going to be blocked? Is Max going to be able to kill this Vil? It's very close to the TC. And Max doesn't want to lose his scout, and he's going to have to run away. Well, yeah, like I said, I think the walls come up, and Lix will be safe. If Max does go aggressive, he can range every wood line with towers and ranged units. Every single one. If the walls go up where I think they will, Max has a lot of potential to do damage with towers and archers.
Let's see if Max spots this secondary gold here. He doesn't see it yet, but if he sees the stone and both golds over in the same area with a wood line, he's got a pretty good outline of... He's got a pretty good idea of what Lix's base looks like.
Lix might assume that Max stole his sheep because they're playing so aggressive. He hasn't seen his sheep there. Let's see if he scouts that area.
Yep.
It'd be huge for him to find those. Yep. Yeah, I knew he was looking for those sheep, and he finds them. But lucky for him, he has both of his boars, and he has all of his sheep. And building the barracks now, 21 population max. Also building the barracks at the exact same time. And will it be man-at-arms for Max? Because before, he went with man-at-arms into longswords, and it wasn't enough. Messy with the sheep underneath his TC. Of course, the villagers did that. But it's never good to be collecting 3 different sheep at once. You want to do them one at a time. Yep, man-at-arms for Max, and he's going to take one of his secondary golds instead of that forward main gold. So, in a best of 5, yeah, same strategy. Well, hold on. Forward Vils for Max? Yeah, which Lix is gonna spot too, which is ridiculous. Oh man, he spotted it. He knows the forward's coming, and now he has time to react. That just goes back to my point of scouting. What I was gonna say is this is 1-1 right now, Dave. So whoever wins this has a huge advantage. This is arguably the most important game. It gives you a little bit of an opportunity to slip up later on if you win this game, because then it's not all over with a loss.
I always wonder about going forward when your opponent knows you're going to be there. See, like the 4th militia comes out for Blix.
Yeah. Yeah, it's never a good situation, but often because I guess these decisions are so economy heavy that once you send the forward villagers, you're committed to it anyway. And yeah, both players going to be getting upgrades at around the same time, and also villagers being sent forward for Lix. We're going to have a little bit of a Vill war too. A good response from Lix. He also has the Eagle. He also got some free shots. He might just continue to run forward at this rate.
Well, Man-at-Arms is going to be in there before Lix.
Yep.
Or for Max before Lix, so... and an archer range coming down from Lix as well. So we're just going to see them push each other back and forth across the map here.
This could be devastating, honestly. If he loses this fight, it looks like Lix, both players going for Vills, but if Lix loses this fight, then the archery range is then useless. And Max is making a huge mistake. There's 2 low HP units. There's a 3 HP Man-at-Arm, and there's a 1 HP Eagle, but Max is not using his Vills to attack here. He could have taken this fight had he done that.
He's making more Men-at-Arms.
Okay, so he's playing it safe.
More Men-at-Arms to support that. He wants to be on the hill. Now he's taking the fight. Trying to save the weak villagers.
Oh,
Killing
man.
some from Lix.
Yeah, the Eagle was on low HP and it chased. It left the fight. And now villagers going down for Lix.
Oh.
So many Vills going down for Lix. And Max coming out on top. 8 kills for Max. And only 4 deaths. And like I said, that archery range does not offer him too much now, because he can't mass the archers in a safe position.
Yeah, that was a bit of an overreaction from Lix there. And that was great play from Max to make those 2 extra Man-at-Arms and get to the hill and take that fight. And Lix should have just got out of there immediately.
If this was Aztecs versus Aztecs, I think Max would have already won, because he could have created Eagle Warriors now, and he would have killed these archers. But Man-at-Arms, they cannot attack these archers, and Max does not really have time to do much with his Man-at-Arms. So he created 2 more Man-at-Arms. There's still a chance for Lix, though, because Lix has the strongest unit right now.
So Max going out to Stone and sending 3 villagers along the left side of the map now.
Oh, wow. This is exactly what Lix did to him last game. Went for some sneaky towers at this stage of the game. And a few skirmishers for Max. Luring in the archers here with the Man-at-Arms, keeping them alive, and getting some free shots on the archers. So well played from Max to add the Man-at-Arms, like you said, but just position his economy to keep him safe and still going aggressive. Though I don't like that tower. I think that could be spotted. The response for Lix obviously going to be Eagle Warriors. Oh, this could be unfortunate for Max. Look where he placed the tower, and look what Lix is going out. Oh, man. That's so unfortunate. Lix spotting it now, and he's sending 1 Vill. We could see the wall off for Max, but it's definitely possible all these Vills could go down, and he's just going to run away now.
And the archers are coming too. Oh, this is brutal.
Yep. Again, I think it's a risky tower spot. I think he should have placed it in this small hole behind the wood line. It would have paid off for him later. I think he's going to lose at least 1 villager here to the archers and the Eagles.
Maybe not. His army's coming up from behind.
Is he going to calculate it again? Surely he'll lose the 1 Vill. But the skirmisher is killing an archer and taking some free HP off the Eagles with the Man-at-Arms. He kept alive smartly earlier. And yeah, you're right. Good positioning again from Max to still hold the advantage.
Now, he's sending the villagers forward again, so he really wants to tower down somewhere. Is he going to build that one regardless?
He's going to build a new one behind the wood line, but this is just as Lix completes fletching. And without the man-at-arms here, I think this is a fight that Max loses. So once again, he could be going forward a bit too early. The Eagle Warriors on the archers and the skirmishers. A good micro from Max with his remaining man-at-arm. But this is another cleanup for Lix. And 2 more villagers running back home. And this time, I think Max will not get away with them.
So what do you do at this point?
I mean,
oh, he's sending more vills. Oh
you
God.
stop sending more vills. That's what you do. You go back home and you defensive tower, especially now that he has his woodline already safe with a tower. I think you defensive tower and try and mirror your opponent.
But Tristan, he'll never expect it. He'll
yeah,
never
it's true.
expect it. Look, he's completely pulled his army out of there. As soon as that tower goes up, he's gonna be like, "What just happened?"
I guess with my logic, we could still see defensive towers from Max anyway, and these Eagles and Archers won't be able to do anything. The wood is safe, or relatively safe, and the stone probably wasn't even scouted by Lix, and it's not going to be attacked. And Lix, I think, recognizes the tower's on its way up. Max just needs 1 stone wall to wall this off, and that's going to delay the entire wood line for Lix, so finally Max gets what he wants here. Even going to kill an Eagle Warrior if Lix sticks around, forcing Lix back with 1 tower. Unbelievable. Max needs to wall that up. He needs to build a house, or he needs to build something, because if he doesn't, that could go down easier later on in this game. And this is all to harass the wood lines and range the wood lines for Lix.
Okay, so Lix is coming forward with a bunch of Eagles now. Skirmishers from Max just completely ignoring that army.
Yeah, I think Lix realized. Max may have realized, and he's like, "Oh shit, those are Eagles." He just tried to do the just passing move, but
I
don't think the archers will do too much. Oh, he tower hopped in. Ah. Still,
it's not gonna go anywhere.
Yeah, these are Eagles. Again, if it was any other Civ involved, maybe he would have success here, but the Eagle Warriors are anti-archer, and Lix is just trying to collect some stone so he can tower the new wood line and stone, and I think he'll be fine. And also, while I said this tower protects Max's wood line, it doesn't protect those farms, and he lost 2 vills on the farms. Lix was behind in vills for a lot of this game. Right now, he's actually ahead, and I think position-wise, military-wise, Lix is well ahead, seeing as he's going to be able to protect his stone, and Max has idle villagers and towers. I think there was an opportunity for Max. I think after the first victory on the hill, he didn't need to go forward still.
What about the right-hand side of Lix's base? What about that?
What? Lix spotted it, man. Lix spotted it. I can only imagine that Lix... Okay, he would have been able to see the tower. It was just after Town Watch, he had a lot more line of sight.
You know what, though? If Max somehow gets towers, he won't. Now, Lix is on the way to Castle Edge, but I think the idea was that to cut off the wood lines from Lix, all 3 of them.
Well, he's gonna get this one because he has walls, but Lix is going to build this tower arguably faster. Yeah, I think Lix will get his tower for sure. I don't know about Max's, but I think Max is just too far behind. So many idols. He's really went with a power move, and it fell flat in his face, so... And he's even getting woo-woo-wooed here. Lix is still chasing with a Vill, so he can find him with the Eagles. Oh, that Vill's gonna kill the weak Vill from Max. This is over, man. The Vills will die here. It'll be 4 Vills down. This new tower denied. He's done, man. Right when the Castle Age upgrade comes in, Lix is gonna take game 3. Max is still being stubborn, but I don't see him coming back now. Lix even deleting some of his wall to kill this villager. Lix just perfect under attack.
Yeah, and Max kind of went all in there, and it didn't pay off at all.
Yeah. He's still hoping that he can do something with defensive towers because of the resources he has in the bank. But right when he sees Lix hits castle, after those losses, I expect him to call it GG. And there it is, immediately. Wow, that was not how I expected this to go. I expected Lix to be the one going aggressive. Max flipping the script and trying to be aggressive himself, but It didn't work, and that means if Max loses one more game, he's out. Licks moves on. It's a best of 5, though, and Game 4 is going to be coming right up. So I'll take a moment to address the chat. Sorry, chat, we've been casting this event, and a lot of focus has been on that. Quick look at the achievements for you. It's a relatively quick game. So obviously Licks is going to collect more resources because he had more vills and they weren't his idol. And it seems like a fairly easy one to review. Someone in the chat said, are you going to be uploading more to YouTube now that you're doing full time? I'm going to be uploading the best content to YouTube, and there's going to be different YouTube series.